So this is the first of hopefully many different build showcase videos I'm going to make for builds that I think are really fun or unique or just really strong in general. I'm going to try to make a couple of these. And for this first one, I'm bringing a Fan of Rockets Commando build because I think it's a really fun one and it is pretty strong. Now the first two perks I recommend are Fan of Rockets and Rocket Mag. Fan of Rockets, as you can see, gives you 2 extra projectiles for your rockets, and then with an upgrade, it increases that to a total of 5 rockets. This gives your primary ability a ton of spike damage on any big targets that you can hit all 5 rockets on, such as Goliaths or bosses. And it has really good mobbing if you use it from a decent distance because of how far the rockets will spread out and the large area they'll cover. Now, Rocket Mag gives you a lot more spam for your Fan of Rockets by giving you an additional rocket charge and reducing the cooldown, as well as giving you an upgrade which further reduces cooldowns whenever you use your shorty. This ties in really nicely to another perk, Warning Rocket. Because Warning Rocket has that upgrade you can see there, Wrecking Ball, which resets your shorty cooldown whenever you use your rocket. This means that you can have a nice gameplay loop going of using your rocket to then use your shorty, and you can go back and forth between the two to reset cooldowns. Now, you'll never have permanent uptime on spamming your rocket, unfortunately, because the shorty only reduces the cooldown by 1 second. So even with other upgrades reducing your primary rocket cooldown, you're never going to be able to permanently go back and forth between the two. You will still be able to have a lot of really strong spam, and with other perks you can buff the damage of your rockets even more. The other perk I recommend is actually this one here, it's Chromatic Powder. Specifically, I recommend Burn Powder, because the burn damage over time is a very large damage increase, and elevates burn to be a much higher damage increase than both Cryo and Electro. And then Chromatic Powder on its own is already a very large damage increase to the element you choose, which means that Pyro Powder can effectively be a 55-ish% damage increase. That's not technically how it factors in, but that's like roughly what the percentages are. It's a very strong upgrade for your rocket damage. You also have the option of Baby Boom here. This is also a good damage increase, and it gives you even more damage for your mobbing because explosions will do more damage if you hit multiple enemies. I personally prefer Pyro Powder and Warning Rocket over Baby Boom, but you can sub Baby Boom in for either of these depending on what you want. If you don't care as much about the spam, then you can take out Warning Rocket and add in Baby Boom, or if you don't get offered Chromatic Powder, you can take Baby Boom instead. Now there's a few class upgrades that I recommend taking if you see them. Primarily Smooth Cannon to reduce the cooldown on your shorty even more so you can spam it more often, potentially get some extra rockets into the cycle. And then for damage, I recommend Chemistry and Black Powder, as they both buff the damage of your rockets once you have Pyro Powder. And Black Powder will increase the AoE of the rockets to give you even better mobbing. Now you might notice in the gameplay that even after I took the 5 rockets upgrade, my rocket is still only firing 3 rockets. This is because there's a bug right now in the game after a recent hotfix where certain perk and upgrade combos aren't working properly. I'm sure the dev team will get to fixing that pretty quickly. But you can see that even with this bug, lowering my damage substantially, the damage output is still immense, and the bosses still take a ton of damage, Goliaths still get melted. So this build works really well, and if in the future this bug gets fixed, which I think it probably will, the damage will just go up even more, and it'll be even more fun. So I recommend giving it a shot. I think it's very fun. I'm going to let the gameplay on the screen run for a bit longer if you want to see me fight the final boss. And thank you for watching. If you have any feedback on the video about what the structure or the build, or if you have questions or anything, please leave a comment down below. I'm going to try to respond to all of them. I'm still really new at making videos like this, and any feedback at all is welcome.